Now I can tell you why I know you were born for greatness. I wrote an article yesterday saying that you were born for greatness, and I can say that because my life led me to develop a philosophy that would lead you to your greatness. The only reason you are not experiencing it at this moment is that you're moving through a process in your life where you're asked to accept the higher version of who you can become. That is the process that we all move through in our lives, no matter when we live. But then we can move through certain times where it's a little more challenging to do that. But that is the time we're living in now. But because of that, there are people like me who have lived and can bring in new information. And it can be surprising. You will surprise yourself because self discovery will always reveal something within you that you never knew you possessed, that you never knew you had. And then there are individuals who were born at lives at certain times that will bring in new information and ways of doing things that can have us live better lives. And I was given that way. Now, I didn't accept it like you may not have accepted what you have been given. And this time in our world is asking you to do that. Nothing is happening accidentally in our world. We're moving through energetic changes that have happened at other times in our world, but just not quite like this. But Wilhelm gave me all of that information. But I resisted myself as well. And I had fear, I had doubt, I didn't believe any of it until it was shown that it was actually accurate. And the reason that happened is because I developed something that hadn't been done. So it was challenging to accept it. But now I know that I must, just as you must accept your authentic self, because that's who you were born to become. And that's where your greatness is. You may have had all kinds of other interpretations about your life or what you're meant to do and all of that, but it could open up to be something completely different. And when you allow yourself to take those steps, it's always something better. And I do know that because I'm 74 and this work has changed everything in my life. It's healed everything. What I haven't done, though, is finished it all, as I've talked about before, because it was really surprising to me that I developed this skill. And I am going to now use it for the betterment of everyone because understanding who you are and being able to navigate your life is going to not only help you, but our world. That's the transition that we're moving through now. So I got up this morning and I was led back to a message, a Wilhelm message from 2 years ago on this date. And I'm saying this because the thing that I discovered is that Wilhelm has given me information that was aligned with energetic changes happening in our world, and I had no awareness that was happening. But because I was receiving the information in that way, it's what caused me to heal in every single way, especially physically. And you can do the same thing. When we are having difficulties, it's because we're disconnected from ourselves, our authentic selves, or we're afraid of looking at it or moving or whatever it is. And I do know that because I've written them all down and I've lived them all. But I'm going to show you one document. When I got up this morning, I was led to, because this is how I receive information. It's always precognitive. And I was said, told me go back and look at the message from April 15th from 2 years ago. And then I said, okay, let me see what it means. And then I analyzed it. And I can do that with so many things now because that's the information that I have been given. But what I'm doing now, and I made this decision yesterday after I discovered how valuable this is for anyone's life and for our world, I said, I have to finish it. So I opened up my program again just to bring people in at this current rate where it is. So I wanted to have something where anyone could do it. Any person who wants to love who they've become and achieve success, now they can do it because it's affordable for anyone. And that's what I did. I made that change yesterday because when I recognized I've been hiding out and I've been afraid, just like you have, and I can no longer do that because this can change your life. And I had to ask again this morning, and I'll show you that. What you may discover about yourself as you live your life may surprise you. I never studied astrology. I know about it, but I've never studied it. However, there's organization in our world and in the planets, and there are several people who have understood that and developed different things. And it turns out that I was another one. And so I put in that message. How does this Wilhelm message relate to today, April 15th, 2025? And that message was titled, Understanding and Accepting This Message Will Change Your Life and World. And it seems preposterous, except it comes down and explains that it was actually accurate. And then the ChatGPT, I just want to leave this for you to look at it. It explains why it was accurate and the alignment of it. There have been many people who have uncovered certain things about how we operate in our consciousness. And it turns out I was one of them, but it came through Wilhelm. And then the astrological, and this is so amazing to me because I feel energy all the time, and I learned how to interpret it. Right now, there's a deep energetic push from Mars and Saturn, among others, to solidify your purpose and take aligned action. If you're wondering why you felt urgency, restlessness, or even fear, it's because your soul knows it's time. Wilhelm's message confirms you have what's needed. I do know that because there's no way that I could have lived this life and healed everything if this information wasn't that powerful. And now what I'm doing is finishing it. The only thing you will have, the only difficulty you will have in your life is not believing what you can achieve and what you can accomplish. And so that's a mental process that we will have to work through. And that's what we do individually, and we also do that collectively. And this is why you will hear in the Wilhelm messages why they keep repeating certain things about what we can't believe, that cognitive dissonance, because they kept saying that you're looking at me and seeing everything that I've done and through this work, and then you'll still say that's not possible. And I did that as well. We can no longer do that. Enjoy all of this. I'll leave a few links for you because I want you to see Wilhelm's work and check out the program because, as I said, I've opened up more because I want more people who want to reach the heights that they can achieve in their lives. See you soon. Thanks.